Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today it is time for our first frost ride. I know what you're saying. You're saying, Coach, you've lost your mind. It's cold, 27 degrees. It's not what you think of when you think about sunny Florida, right? But another year has gone by and it's time to do it, regardless of how we feel. It's cold. I love the cold. But sometimes when you get a little bit older, the old aches in the hands and the knees and the ankles, it gets more tough every year. But let's do this ride. Let's enjoy it together. So I'm gonna be cold, but there's no reason for you to be. So grab you a nice hot cup of coffee, wrap your hands around it, and let's just take this moment together to experience the most important ride of your life. Hey, so you want to go on a ride with me?
No. Good morning.
All right.
No, it's really cold outside.
It's going to be great. It's only 27.
No, it's really cold. Did we ride in 27 before?
Heck yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'll sit here and enjoy my cup of coffee while you go on a cold ride. But it is pretty outside. But no, I don't want to go for a ride.
All right. Well, let's do this, y'all. Wow. What a great morning, man. Just a beautiful day. You know what? They're the heated grips. I'm not even going to turn them on. I want to experience it, you know. I want to feel it. We'll talk about why here in just a moment. Man, the car is kind of busy this morning for 7:30 on a Saturday morning. All right, here we go. Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today it is time for the first frost ride. So the first frost ride, why in the world would I do something so crazy, so stupid, so wild? You know, it's amazing what we see as wild when we get a little bit older. Close up the vent on the top of my helmet. That old air was cold on my noggin. You know, if you've noticed, I'm wearing the old Joe Rocket jacket. I'm going to say it fits a little more tight than it used to. We'll talk about that a little bit today probably as well, too, as we think about things and ponder our experience on this beautiful planet and this wonderful life. But before we get going, if you would, give this video a big old fat thumbs up. You know I would greatly appreciate it. All right. So, why the first frost ride? Well, first off, I want to tell you about a philosophy I have in my life, and for those who have been a part of this channel for the many years that I've been doing this, this is not new. I have a theory in my life, a philosophy in my life called posts. It is one that a friend of mine and me, we created years ago, and who knows, I'm sure it's been written many times by other people, but we had never seen it written, and we discussed it. And it's this: when you go through life many times, you experience ups and downs and highs and lows, and sometimes, even though we are people of faith, and I am a man of faith, we still struggle. Don't think that people of faith don't struggle. That's a lie. That's a lie straight from the pits of hell. So let's get that one out of the way first. So posts. Here's the philosophy. Every time in your life that you do something well, every time you get that promotion at work, or your marriage is perfect, that moment you're walking with your spouse and you're holding their hand and you look in the eye, take a snapshot in your mind and remember it, and plant a post in the ground, a post that is there forever for you to remember. It is a marker in your life. And get a big tall one in your mind. Get a 12-footer and bury 9 feet of it in the ground, and you got a 3-foot post sticking up out of the ground, and it is super strong. And as you go through life, you accumulate hundreds of these things, and you're just burying them every time you go through another year. You buried 5 that year, and 10 the year before, and 20 the year before that. And then later in life, something bad happens. Calamity falls. The death of a loved one, the illness of a loved one, the loss of a home, the loss of a job, and all of a sudden your world is spinning out of control, and the winds violently come and they carry you away. And as you're being blown away, you reach out, you're trying to grab hold of something, and there's nothing there until boom, you hit the first post. And you reach out and you try to grab it, but you miss it. You just can't quite get a hold of it. So you grab it and you miss the next one. But eventually, by the third or fourth one, they start to slow you down, and you can get a hold of one of them. And when you do, you can hang on to it, and you can look at it, and you can go, right here, I had it together. My life was together. Things were well, and I can hold fast because I know that eventually I will be able to set another post in the ground, and this is going to give me a stronghold to pull forward to where I can stand on my own 2 feet again. All right, so this ride every year represents a post. I'm putting a post in the ground right now, and I want you to create traditions in your life, and I want you to set a post in your life to slow you down when the world spins out of control. All right, so let's get on with the 6 reasons, yes, 6 reasons that I do this ride. And here we go. Let's just jump right in. Number 1, for anyone who knows me, this will not come as a surprise. I am a man of faith, as I said earlier, is to simply experience God's creation. You know, God made this beautiful playground for you to get out and to enjoy it, and to play in it, to live in it, to experience it, to smell it, to feel it. And that's what this ride is. It gives me an opportunity to get out into the playground and play, and to know that it matters to do it, and to appreciate the spectacular world that we are a part of. You are a part of something wonderful. You are not just in it, you are a part of it. You are an integral part of it, and you matter. So get out into God's playground and enjoy it, because it is worthy of all of your playtime. Haha, man, is it that beautiful? My goodness. All right, reason number 2. It's one that I love quite a bit because it gives me an opportunity to experience the change of season. Now, when I say I experience the change of season, you're going, well, Coach, it's not the first day of winter. It's not the last day of fall. What does that mean? I don't do it by an insignificant number on a page. I don't do it by some almanac that some dude created. What I do it by is the first frost every single year. That first frost marks a change in the season of my life. Again, not marked by some insignificant number on a page, but by something that is tangible, that I can see, that I can feel, that I can experience, because life is to be lived and tasted. And to experience it in this way has far more reaching implications than you could possibly imagine. So to experience the change of season, what a wonderful thing. Well, you look at that. Man, is it that beautiful? My goodness. Man, it's going to warm up. That big ball of fire is in the sky, and it's coming up. It's going to melt this ice. Who knows? It might even melt some of that on your cold heart this morning. Think about that one. All right. Number 3. Number 3 is a very important one. It is to remember the things of this year. Memories of this year. You know, this year has been a lot of changes for me. It's been a crazy year. You know, when I say just remember the things of this year, it doesn't mean good things or bad things. It means everything. Because everything has been orchestrated in your life to build you into the perfect being. You know, this year, my baby, my youngest baby, had a baby. And she is beautiful. Baby Eleanor, man, she is a sweetheart. She is absolutely wonderful. You know, it's funny. We feel like that, you know, oh, she needs us. She needs us. Let me tell you something. That baby was perfectly timed and placed in my life at a time when I absolutely need her. I need that child. I need her beauty. I need her smiles. I need her hugs. You know, I think of, you know, my daughter. She was not even supposed to be here through Christmas of last year. And now she's with us, man, another year beyond what they told us, and she's doing pretty good. So we've seen a lot of suffering in her life this year. We've seen a lot of pain in her life, and that has made it very difficult, but it's changing us. It's drawing us together in a way that I can't even define. And then, you know, in April, I had a cardiac event, and things were weird, man. AFib for days, and went into congestive heart failure, and it was like, wow, Bob, what's going on? Your world is spinning out of control. What are you doing? And I grabbed a few posts, by the way. They slowed me down, and I got it together. But to remember those thoughts when you're laying in that hospital bed going, man, if I can just get out of here, I'm gonna. Fill in the blank. Whatever your I'm gonnas are, get out there and do them, because it's important. You know, this year for Coach Vic, it's been a beautiful year for her. You know, she's growing in age and grace and beauty. You know, she is more planted in her life than I've ever seen her. She is not shy to tell me what she wants and doesn't want. You know, I love that. I love brutal honesty. I love care. I love love. I love passion. And it is wonderful to see her step into that world. She has grown in so many ways, taken such a command role in key elements of my daughter's lives. She is so involved without controlling and conniving. She is so involved in all three of our children's lives and just loving them. My son and his beautiful wife and their two beautiful sons, my grandsons, they're awesome, man. They're wonderful. You know, my son is working hard. He has a house, and he's growing. He's learning that when you buy a home, things go wrong, and that you have to figure out a way to fix it and make ends meet. It's a hard life, but he's doing it, and he's growing through it all. You know, there are so many things. You know, I met so many of you this year. The memories of going, oh my goodness, look at that. I met so many of you this year. I've made new friends on the channel. The channel's grown, not fast, because, you know, honestly, I've had so much going on, I haven't been able to be as involved. But the channel, you guys, man, you guys make it wonderful, man, to be able to talk on the phone with you and to struggle through my life with you by my side. It really does create this perfect feeling for me at times, that in times where I desperately need that companionship and that friendship, you're always there for me, and I thank you for that. All right, number four is one that a lot of people think is quite grim, probably my favorite. To remember those who are no longer with us. You know, this one can make me quite emotional at times. You know, I think about my first wife who died of cancer at the age of 35. She was wonderful. She loved the winter time. You know, she was a little bitty thing, and she loved to put on real thick wool socks and eat hot boiled peanuts, and you know, she would put on her Burberry scarf. She liked to look nice, and she would just snuggle, and she was just one of those people that she ignited a room when she walked in, and it was wonderful. You know, my father was so difficult for so many years. You know, our relationship grew, it changed, it experienced a metamorphosis that was indescribable. He was quite wonderful. You know, I've many times described my father as an excellent father, but not necessarily a real nice guy. He was a man of brass tacks, a man of means, a man's man, and he didn't mince words with anyone. If you didn't want to know, don't ask, because if you did, he was going to tell you. But if you didn't ask, he probably wouldn't give you the time of day or worry about it. That's just how he was. And I loved him. He made me grow. He taught me to stand on my own 2 feet when I was just a wobbly boy. And my mother, you know, my mother was so funny. Man, we pack your bags, boy, we're going on a guilt trip. She could do it, man. She was amazing. She could take me from smiles to frowns in about 2 seconds and bring me right back again. She knew how I ticked, and she did not have any problems in working that way. Or my brother, My brother who died at the age of 49 from a massive heart attack. My brother was a good-looking dude, man. He was my hero when I was young. The motorcycle rider, the white shirt, the olive skin, the dark hair. He was everything I wanted to be. He was like Tom Cruise, and I was just this gawky little boy. You know, it was amazing to watch him ride a motorcycle. He was so skilled as an athlete. He had such tremendous balance and finesse with everything that he did. He made it look easy, and I know it wasn't. All right, well, I could go on all day about that one, but number five. Number 5 is a good one. It's just to think. It's just to think. You know, do you ever just sit around and think? I'm not talking about the shallow things. I'm talking about the deep things. Why am I here? Why, God, have you put me in charge of people that need my help so desperately? God, what can I do to be a better father? What can I do to be a better content creator? What can I do to enjoy this life just a little bit more? God, what can I do, Father? Where am I going in my life? Do I go north? Do I go south? Where do I go? Do I make the left or the right turn? You know, why should I buy this? Why shouldn't I buy that? And then you start thinking things of just how you see the world. You know, my son and I had a discussion here recently about a leaf on a tree. I know you're saying, Coach, that is insane. You're a madman. And I explained to him that we don't see the same leaf. I look at it from an angle with my vision and the refraction of light that my old eyes detect. And he sees it from a different angle, from a younger set of eyes, from a different lighting paradigm. And he sees it completely different. And that's how everything is in life. And that's what makes this life so sweet. Those are the deep thought processes that I want you to have when you just sit around and think. All right. And last but not least, and this is one that I can tell you I am experiencing at this very, very moment. You know, years ago after my first wife died, I used to ride my Harley Davidson to work in the wintertime. It would be 19, 20 degrees outside, and I'd be riding. I'd wear my leather jacket, no gloves, and a beanie helmet or just a beanie on my head. No face shield, no nothing. And I would ride, and I would get to work, and my face would be red as a beet. It was unbelievable. My hands, my whole body was pins and needles. And my friends would go, "You are insane, man. It was warm last week and you drove your car. Why in the world would you put yourself through this kind of misery?" And I would tell them, "You see this face? You see this red face? The tingling, the pain, the fire reminds me of one thing. That one thing is, Bob, you are alive. You are alive." And that's what this ride does to me. My hands right now, my fingers are on fire in pain. My knees are on fire in pain. I am so cold, my bones are shaking, and I am loving every minute of it because it tells me one thing: Bob, you are alive. And I want you to know you're alive too. Get out and experience it. Life is to be lived, not existed. Live your life. Be alive. This world is wonderful, and you are a part of it, and you matter. You matter to me. You matter to your friends and to your family. And if you don't have friends and family, then go out and make new friends because you are important. You are valuable. You are one of God's creations, one of His children, and you matter. And so do I, and I, my friends, am alive. Oh, I know it. I'm ranting, I'm preaching. It's okay. I don't care. That's what this ride tells me every single year. Coach Bob, you, my friend, are alive. Oh, I love it. Woo, I'm hurting. All right. Well, I want you to think about that for a moment while we just let the music play. Well, the most important ride of your life, 2024, comes to a close. I know you got something out of it, and so did I, and that's what makes this ride so special and so wonderful. I thank you for sharing it with me and for riding along with me, because it really is nice to have you here. All right, well, before we go, do me a favor, give the video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and those who are in need, those who have a moment, who need to remember that they are important and they are alive, please share this video with them, because the one you share it with, this could be life-changing for them. All right, another one is in the books, my friends, so you do me a favor, yes you, go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you are most definitely doing it wrong. Now you go seize the day, and I will see you on the road real soon.